IELTS Academics Writing Task 1. In the last two lectures, we discussed about writing a table. In the first lecture, I had given you a complete solution in the writing, so you may get an idea how to write a table. In the second lesson, I had given you only a dictated solution. So you would know that how to structure that writing and what type of vocabulary you have to use. Today again, I have chosen a different type of gram, that is a diagram. But obviously, it's again a dictated solution. You have to write on your own. I will give you only a hint, a guide, or you may consider it a complete solution. You can stop video and write the complete solution if you want. So you may come across this kind of diagram in the paper. So first of all, before going through how to write this diagram, let's see what's the statement in the paper that is asked. The diagram below describes the structure of a Holmes mercury and how it works. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. But remember, it is written in the make comparisons where relevant, but you know this is a process. This is not a procedure of comparing one thing or two genders or etc. This is a process. When we talk about the process, we usually do not compare it with other parts of the process because every part has its own procedure and own process. There may be some things like similar, like the first part and the second part, that is almost similar in appearance, but their function is different. That's why we usually do not make comparisons. So we write process, and process would be in a chronological order or in a sequence. So from beginning with the one and ending the third, obviously. So, as I already have told you that in the first paragraph, we will write the same statement paraphrasing with the relevancy, with the accuracy, with what is required. So it would be clear. As it is a process, in the second paragraph, we will write the complete process from beginning from fresh air till the ground level. So it would be all clear. We would not write here the third paragraph as we used to write with the tables or expressing the tables because we don't make comparisons here. And in the tables, we used to write the fourth paragraph as a summation or sum up or conclusion, but here we would write the third paragraph as conclusion. So here we would write only 3 paragraphs. I hope you have gotten the true crux of the writing. Let's start with the first paragraph. That is in fact an opening or paraphrasing of the same statement that is given in the paper. So that the diagram demonstrates how a Holmes mercury works. It can be seen that there are mainly 3 steps involved in the process. So I think that's enough. In the second paragraph, we will write the complete process from 1 to 3 or from 0 to end. So the Holmes mercury machine has 3 parts. The first part is an empty underground section with a lid on top at the ground level, and obviously the lid is on the ground level. Fresh air is allowed to flow into the machine by opening the lid. The fresh air then goes into the second part of the machine, which is very similar to the first part. So now I have written only very similar to the first part in appearance, in formation, but not in function. So the function is quite different. That's why we won't compare it. Anyhow, uh, in this part, means in the second part, fire is started by adding the logs, as you can see in the diagram. You don't write as you can see in the diagram. You write only that in the second part or in this part, fire is started by adding logs through the lid on top. Once the fire is burning, the heat from it coursed through or passes through a narrow pipe that leads to a box. Means third box. This box is the third part of the machine, obviously, and is located at the ground level. The box In this box, the food items that need to be cooked are placed. So the heat coming from the second part of the machine cooks the food items. So the process is complete. There is no need to add anything extra or additional. You don't have to give your own reviews or opinion. So that's enough. We will directly now jump towards the conclusion. So the overall diagram depicts that there are 3 steps in the process of cooking food in a home smokery. That's enough. I hope you get the true idea of how to write a process diagram, and there is no need to compare the structure, the vocabulary, and everything. Thank you very much. Let's see you with the new table or new graph, writing graph next time.